Playing a very well-coached Vanderbilt team, very disciplined, executes very well. Watching them offensively, they have a lot of similarities to our offense, and they do a really good job of being physical. And their defense speaks for itself. They've done a really good job stopping a lot of teams in this league. They play really hard. They play really good situational defense. They take things away from you in certain situations, make you play kind of against what you want to do. So the challenges are definitely in front of us.
Ball security is going to be key. Us getting off to a fast start will also be key, and we definitely got to protect the football.
I think it'll be a tough game. We just got to come out there and try to play our best, and hopefully we can execute well.
Michelle makes the catch. Oh, touchdown! I don't believe it. Just blocks Nick to the end zone. Touchdown! They don't get it. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown! Kirby Smart All Access is presented by Georgia's own credit union. Bank, borrow, invest. Also brought to you by Georgia Lottery. Closed captioning of Kirby Smart All Access is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Let's go places. This segment of Kirby Smart All Access is brought to you by Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
Chubb going after his 14th straight game of 100 yards or more.
I formation, toss it to Chubb, looking for running space, going to bounce outside, got a block from Hicks, the fullback. Chubb spins down, knocked to the turf around the 18-yard line on the far sideline. Nick is injured on the sidelines, out of bounds. He's laying on his back.
Okay, come down, Chubb.
He is
Good chance.
shaken up on the play.
And Nick Chubb is still down.
It looked like he hyperextended his leg as he stuck. Watch him try to get it.
Yep.
Oh, no. These players lay their careers out on the line every play.
Just over 1 year ago, Nick Chubb was running through SEC defenses week in and week out. Then one play in Knoxville changed not only the rest of the team's season, but also what Nick would be doing over the next 10 months.
We knew that Nick had a significant injury on the sidelines. The unique thing about it, it happened deep in the sideline, on our sideline, and we couldn't physically see the injury. When we went back and saw the replay and saw how much he hyperextended, it gave us a better idea of the severity of it. But he had basically what we call a multi-ligament injury.
Ron knew right then and there what they were facing.
Generally on something like that, you're looking at a minimum of a year, sometimes as long as 18 months.
Everyone that knows Nick knows what kind of person he is, what kind of football player, what kind of worker. But one thing that no one could know for sure is just how quickly he could recover from such a horrific injury.
He's very genetically gifted, and he does recover well, but his work ethic is without comparison to anybody else I've ever had before, and he's very goal-oriented. He knew from day one that he wanted to come back, and he set some goals for himself and worked very hard to achieve them.
The football can be taken away from you at any time, any play. And it happened to me, so I had to, figure out who I really was. And the injury allowed me to do that, just take time off and become a stronger man.
Nick got to work. It started in the training room with Ron every day.
Yeah, Ron, he's amazing. And every day he had something new for me to try out, or something that he thought would help me a lot, and everything he'd done helped, and I'm just grateful to have him. He's definitely very creative in his rehab and opened me up to a lot of things.
One thing that Ron proposed was a bit out of the ordinary, but something he believed in from the start.
I've done Taekwondo for a number of years, and Taekwondo has a lot of attributes from a power, from a flexibility, from an explosiveness standpoint Football is difficult to get somebody back from such a big injury because it's all or none. You know, we can rehab them, but they've got to go out there and be tackled. And we're trying to think of some ways to instill some confidence back into him.
When he came in day one, this was completely foreign to him, like learning a new language, I'm sure.
A foreign language, no doubt, but Nick was able to find similarities to the workouts he's been used to.
Well, it's not really anything like football-wise. You're not right in the stance or kind of sprinting. It's more stationary place. You're kicking or you're punching. But it's also very intense, like kind of like football workout. So it's intense and that's similar in that aspect.
Nick picked up on the movements quickly and caught the eye of his 2 Taekwondo coaches.
Work ethic gets you really far. And he's probably one of the hardest workers I've ever been around. That was the most impressive part.
He impressed me just because of what he was able to do coming off of that type of injury. He did a lot of stuff that people can't do that are completely healthy.
He works extremely hard. You know, he's very coachable, he's very diligent, and he does exactly what we ask, and quite honestly, he does more.
Nick worked and worked, determined to get back, but he knows that he wouldn't have had such a successful recovery without those around him.
Yeah, it wasn't just me at all. A lot of people around me, everyone, you know, helping me, supporting me, family, friends, you know, teammates. You know, definitely the staff here at Georgia helped me out a lot, pushed me through the pain and torture that, you know, it has on you. And you know, I'm just blessed to be able to play the game.
Chubb's in the backfield, I formation with Payne the full. Toss back to Chubb. He runs this way, 45, 50. Carolina territory. Chubb's going to town. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Yeah, Chubby time, baby.
Welcome back, Nick Chubb. It is good to see you, young man.
Nick Chubb was down, but never out. He worked hard to get back. He worked for himself, for his teammates, for those that came before him, and for those that will play down the road. He knows the legacy of the G and will carry that legacy on.
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor to play here at Georgia, known as a lot of great running backs. Just to be able to, you know, play after them, you know, it's truly a blessing, and I take advantage of it every day.
Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Innovation that excites.
Coming up next on Kirby Smart All Access.
We got a great group of guys. They're great players, but first and foremost, they're great men. The older kids are really good with our younger guys.
This segment of Kirby Smart All Access is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, low prices every day.
The offensive line gets the game ball today, along with the running backs. Just total domination by the big boys up front from the opening whistle in this game.
The offensive front believed in being physical, come out hitting people. They work hard every day. We had 2 really physical practices, Tuesday, Wednesday, and guess what? We're going to do the same thing this week. We got to get better. We got a tough road ahead of us.
Playing a very well-coached Vanderbilt team. It's very disciplined, executes very well. Watching them offensively, they have a lot of similarities to our offense, and they do a really good job of being physical. You can tell they're well coached, and their defense speaks for itself. They've done a really good job stopping a lot of teams in this league. They play really hard, so the challenges are definitely in front of us. They are very physical, and they play really hard. They attack the ball. I've always enjoyed watching them against the opponents we played. It was like when you looked and said, okay, we're getting ready to play somebody, I want to see what Vanderbilt did on defense against them. They play really good situational defense. They take things away from you in certain situations, make you play kind of against what you want to do. Every position is up for grabs when it comes to competition. Day to day, you've got to go out and earn your position, and you've got to do that week to week. We're priding ourselves on being physical, being tough, and going against each other. So that gives you a chance to improve when you go against better people. There's no doubt it's what you do. Your actions speak much louder than your words. So we got some people that can talk about being physical, but show me. And you show me by how you practice. It's a standard. It's what we believe. It's not like we do it one week, we don't do it the next. They've got to wholesale believe that this is the culture that's got to be created on Tuesdays and Wednesdays to dominate and go against each other, challenge offense and defense, because that's what it's going to be on Saturday.
Get warmed up. Let's go. Hustle, 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 hustle. We got to fight through it. Move, buddy. Move, move, move.
Good thing. Good job adjusting right here, though. Good job seeing it. Get your ball close to your heart, though. Good run. Hey, what were you thinking right here? Were you thinking secure the play first? Right here, stick your foot in the ground, made a decision. We got a great group of guys. They're great players, but first and foremost, they're great men. The older kids are really good with our younger guys, being Sony, Douglas, and Nick Chubb. They're providing a lot of leadership to our young guys and give those guys a lot of advice on the game of football and life.
You know, I was a younger guy, I feel like yesterday, but now I'm one of the older guys in the room, and it's different, you know, because we have these younger guys who look up to us and need our help, and we have to be able to, you know, talk to them and get them right, and I think we're doing that very well.
Here we go. Challenge yourself today. Challenge, challenge. Attack them! There you go. Accelerate out. Do something, give me something. Oh, there you go. I feel like I coach according to the situation, so I think you have to change as a coach and provide what you need to provide when needed. Get the ball close to my heart, Payne. Good. Now get your eyes back inside so you can do what? See the ball snap. Getting the right reps in practice, going against our defense and our scout team, which are very, very competitive periods in practice, and we try to give them the same exact looks they're going to see in the game. Ball security is going to be key. Us getting off to a fast start will also be key, and we definitely got to protect the football. Squeeze the ball, squeeze it. Come on, make a miss. Get that ball close to your heart. Have some control. If I see it, I can accelerate. Go score.
I think it'll be a tough game. You know, we got to come out there and try to play our best and hopefully, you know, execute well.
You got to get the right mindset. Good block. That's good right there. Go score. Score.
Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, low prices every day.
Coming up next on Kirby Smart All Access. This segment of Kirby Smart All Access is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world. After a short week of preparation, the Dogs are ready for a noon kick against Vanderbilt.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick it off. C.J. Duncan and Darius Sims, the receivers for Vanderbilt. Sims will take it on the 2, and he's a good one. To the 10, to the 15, between the hash marks, far side 30, 35, 40. There goes Sims. Sims is going to take it all the way. If he can outrun one more guy, Reggie Davis chasing after him and will tackle him around the legs at the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. Under center, Shermer going to hand it to Webb. He's got a crease at left guard, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Blankenship, the redshirt freshman. Here's the snap in the hole, the kick in the air. Watch it, it's reaching, and it is good! Hey, 45-yarder. Look at that reaction from Blankenship. And Alden Bynum and the rest of the guys on that field goal unit. High fives and head slaps everywhere. Here's Eason going deep. He's got Reggie Davis caught at the Commodore 48. About a 22-yard try here for Blankenship. The kick is in the air, high between the pipes.
It was a slow first half for the Bulldogs as they trailed 7-6 going into the locker room. Vanderbilt drew first blood in the second half, but the Georgia offense responded quickly.
There's that little pitch to McKenzie on the jet sweep. Isaiah off to the races across the 30, the 35, the 40. Ten minutes to go, third quarter. We need a touchdown. Play fake. Eason wants to throw. Wide open in the end zone. Nauta, touchdown! Right corner, Isaac Nauta, just a short little bunny hop up in the air, pull down the ball with two hands, and there's our first touchdown and Georgia's first lead of the afternoon.
With the game on the line and 4th and 13 to go with under 2 minutes left, Eason connected with Terry Godwin to keep the drive alive.
Eason in the shotgun, drops back on the 19, throws it down the middle, wide open. Godwin made the catch at the 45, backpedaling, tackled at the 50. Terry Godwin with a huge catch.
But after a back and forth game, the Dogs came up just short, and Vanderbilt got the 17-16 victory.
AT&T, mobilizing your world.
Coming up next on Kirby Smart All Access.
We weren't executing like we need to. We need to continue to make those plays work that are being called, and we just didn't execute the way we need to.
This segment of Kirby Smart All Access is brought to you by Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere.
We didn't play a very good team game, and that responsibility falls on me. I'll be dead honest with you. I'm sick to my stomach, embarrassed by the performance. Came out really sloppy early. Did not first kickoff of the game. I mean, we talked all week about that kickoff return. They hit us with it, brought it back to the field. Luckily, we got him on the ground, and we couldn't stop him defensively. And from there on, it was a tailspin from the special teams perspective. But that falls on me. I'm the leader of the organization, and I take full responsibility for it. Hey, those guys over there played really hard, and they played harder than us. And that's the most disappointing thing.
We were just behind them. We weren't executing like we need to. We need to continue to make those plays work that are being called, and we just didn't execute the way we need to. Take nothing away from them, but the way we look at it, if we execute on offense, it doesn't matter who the defense is. They can't stop us, and today they stopped us because we didn't execute.
How do we go about it? You know, how do we react to it? Just we got to be the bigger man and really just see where we made mistakes at and try to correct those.
Special teams set up scores, and they got field goals or touchdowns out of their special team scores. And we talk about it all the time, guys. You got to dominate three phases, and we certainly didn't do that today. We didn't have the ability to run the ball, and once we struggled running it, we had to try to open it up. They did a good job of taking open formations, run game away. Really made us one-dimensional.
To me, lost a setback. This is huge. You know, when we're going to a bye week, we can get better and get some improvements where it's needed.
We got to get back to work. I mean, we don't have time to sit around and feel bad for ourselves and all that stuff. I mean, we have to get ready. We have to improve our team, and then we have to improve getting ready for Florida. So, I mean, we just get back to work. There's not much else to it.
Do something about it. You know, you get knocked down, you got to get back up. And it says a lot more about how you are when you handle adversity.
We've certainly had our fair share of adversity this year, and we'll see how we respond to this. And as the leader of the organization, I told them, I said, this is on me. This is on me. We've got to be better prepared to play the game. We've got to go out and execute better, and we've got to do better in practice in order to be prepared. And I really believe these kids buy into that. And I'm sick for them because they certainly wanted to play. A lot of those kids in there played their hearts out, and we didn't execute well enough to win.